Admiral's log, date May 18th, 1910. Since the start of the war, I haven't been sleeping well. My mind continues to make war plans and continues to grind over my mistakes. This has made me susceptible to falling ill, and so I have. A cold is just what I needed, as I'm in an already exhausting job. The first battles of the war have been undecided. While our ships were able to inflict serious damage to, and even sinking some of the British heavy cruisers, they didn't come out unscathed either. A destroyer squadron was fortunately able to cripple the battleship Prince of Wales, but knowing how quickly the British can repair their ships, it's likely that we'll see her again soon. The British have also taken to blockading our sea trade, making it very difficult to maintain a proper naval budget. It's also made me reconsider my strategy of going with fewer, more expensive ships, rather than an approach of more ships which are less advanced. At any rate, I'm committed now. There is no turning back. Time to turn my attention to the upcoming battles. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 3 of the German campaign. Now, as you can hear, I am indeed under the weather. My voice isn't exactly normal. A head filled with mucus, I mean, you know the drill. Today we are doing some escort duty. We are trying to keep our convoy of 4 transport ships alive against the aggression of the Antrim, the Endymion, the St. George and the Theseus. These 4 heavy cruisers are going to make life difficult on our transports, but fortunately I have 2 heavy cruisers of my own and 4 destroyers. Let's see if we can make a big of a difference here, because I really need those ships gone. 4 heavy cruisers would deal an interesting blow to the, well, at least the morale of the Brits. And on top of that, probably also their ability to blockade my empire. I really do not need the British to blockade my empire. Now, we found the British. Some of their heavy cruisers are coming in a group of 3, and that means that there's another solo ship out there. I want to try and have my destroyers all engaged at the same time, to make sure that they're going to be as much effective as possible. And this means that, for now, I'm not going to have them attack yet. I need them to attack in one big swarm, so I can at least cripple, if not outright destroy, some of their heavy cruisers. We know that those cruisers are not packing torpedoes of their own, if I'm not misremembering, that is. And that means that we have a potential to get very close and drop a boatload of torpedoes on top of those things. Let's see. 54% ID, 75. I want all of you to slow down a touch. Oh, destroyed a casemate. Interesting. In case you're wondering, why on earth are you recording videos, even when you're sick? Dedication. Dedication's what that is. And on top of that, I know how some people rely on these things to come out like clockwork. And well, it is my income, so sick or not, you gotta work. Long live YouTube. Alright, the V5, 6, 1, and 3 can make their attack. Hopefully the Widder can draw attention for long enough. I think we might be able to attack the trailing Antrim. So, all ahead flank. We're going to hit the Antrim up. That way. Heavy cruisers, if you can slow down the Antrim in any way, shape or form, that would be great. And hopefully the heavy cruiser Endymion, St. George and Theseus will maintain their attack on the heavy cruisers. Although it seems that they're already targeting the V5. And they have a lot of secondaries. It's 5s, it's a ton of 3s, and it's even some 2-inch guns, but it's the mass of 3s that are probably going to do me in. The Antrim has a very, very good turning circle. Yes, she has a damaged rudder, but I'm not really relying on that. She is still going to be extremely capable of dodging torpedoes. Widder that way, V1 that way. Range, 2 kilometers. Some light flooding on the V5. Come on. 1.7 clicks. The V5's rushing in at best speed, which is currently 30 knots. Do I dare launch? Yeah, let's do it. This is your target. Starboard turn. Bring all the torpedoes to bear and turn away. I want my destroyers to be a little bit more long-lived than the previous generation. Because that attack on the battleship already cost me a DD, if not 2. And just look at how quickly the Antrim is immediately, instantly responding to the torpedoes. And not just dodging, but the torpedoes aren't even in the same zip code as the Antrim anymore. This is ridiculous. We're gonna have to get closer. Oh, this is not what I need. 3, turn. Okay, we're now 1 click away from the Antrim, and she is turning back to starboard. Get closer. Bulkheads, maximum. Anti-torpedo blister, 2. Great. Fantastic. There's your target. Torpedoes away. The Antrim immediately responds. Jesus. It's so annoying to have the AI just have some sort of precognition. Because it basically invalidates all torpedo attacks. None of them work. And that really irks me. None of them do anything. Look at that. There's the torpedoes. V1, get a fucking move on. What are you doing? You're not even in a division. There you go. Okay, we're gonna smoke up. I'm gonna pull the cruisers back a little. Because if I can just spook these guys, then that is sufficient. I don't strictly need to kill them. I would love to have had a heavy cruiser, sorry, no, a battleship over here. But that is unfortunately too much to ask. Torpedoes away from the 1. Let's pull back. And the Antrim perfectly dodges. Oh, fuck this game at times. I mean, there is, of course, a very short range at which I'm launching. And the Antrim is not even doing full speed. No, she's doing 18 knots. But she doesn't have hydro. This is my moment where I consider I should have put fast torps on these, although even those probably would not have been fast enough. They still would have had enough warning. Let's do one more torpedo attack with the 3. Let's see if that works. The 5... The 6 is fine, the 5 can retreat. Oh, that's not good. Fine, just hit the Antrim up with as much as you can. Come on. Come on. Do it. It's not doing it. Okay, well, in essence, we've done what we came here to do, which is scare off the British. And their range is 20 kilometers from the transport, so they have no way of finding those. That's good. A little while later, the battle is over. I have taken some crew losses, I've taken some damage to my ships, but overall, I do not agree with the outcome that this was a defeat. Because the Germans, oh sorry, the British didn't actually do any damage to my transports. So, I'm not sure exactly why the game calls this a defeat. Other than potentially taking more damage than they did? I don't know. Anyway, that's the first battle. Let's see about the other one. Because there is another battle coming up. It's a battlecruiser of mine versus the Duke of York. Yeah, no thanks. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go into battle and immediately turn course, because I'm not interested in fighting another battleship. Where are we fighting? Why the fuck are we all the way over there? My battlecruiser is supposed to be hunting down transports, not just going into a battle with a battleship. Idiot. We were able to successfully evade the German battleship, and hopefully we can continue our actual mission of going after the targets that the battlecruisers were designed for, which is merchant shipping. Now, I'm still blockaded by a, a substantial margin. 30,000 strength on my team versus 60,000 on theirs. This means that I have a monthly balance of minus 5 million. I'm going to need to reshuffle my finances some. Otherwise there won't be a ship or a navy left soon. This is going to cut into some very critical elements, such as the tech budget and the crew training. I need to make sure that I break this blockade, but I don't know how. We'll just have to keep fighting. I lost 4 transports. Shit. Yeah, I'm at 98%. This time I'm getting another 1.7 million. Let's slowly increase that. Lost 5 transports. This is going swimmingly. What do we got here? Ah! This is our opportunity to strike back. We got the V6 as a destroyer and the Fürst Bismarck, the Baden, against the Thunderer at 21,000 tons. I'm not sure why it's set as R. Is that a reserve ship? Or is it a ship in being? I'm not sure. Anyway, there's 11 transport ships, so we can take those down. That will deal a blow to the British's economy. So let's have a go with the transports. This is something that the heavy cruisers were more or less designed to do. Enemy to the northwest. Let's have a look. If, of course, the destroyer can approach the battlecruiser and drop some torps in her path, then I'm all for that. I want to make sure that the British lose the access to a battlecruiser. And here we go. There's the first transport out there, which is going to be, even for something as low-level cadets as my crew, still going to be pretty easy to hit. The battlecruiser appears to be somewhere all the way out there. I can't quite see it, but I can see from where it's firing. Here. 12 clicks out. Okay, perfect. Bring all guns to bear and start eliminating transports. This is our opportunity to strike. This is what we came here to do. Kill the British transports and be quick about it. Because that battlecruiser, if it had... Really? 9-inch main gun. Okay. If it has any kind of speed, it's going to be here very soon. And I'm very uninterested in having a close-range encounter with a battlecruiser. Okay, that's 1 down. Oh, right. These guys can't shoot very well. The destroyer design that I have right now has these guns in a very awkward position. Which means that, for now, the destroyer's barely shooting. Go for high explosive only. Baden, slow down a touch. There we go. Let's smoke you up. AP, no, HE. I know that the V6 has her torps, but I'm unwilling to use those, considering I might need them to cripple the battlecruiser. But I consider the battlecruiser as a bonus. If I can kill it, great. If not, don't worry about it. Because it's the transports that need to die. Because at the moment, my bigger strategy is to cripple their economy. Forcing their navy either back into ports, or at least relieving some of the pressure on my forces. And thereby, I can catch a breath. At least temporarily. And make sure I have the money to buy more ships. Because being blockaded is no fun at all. Interesting how the battlecruiser still hasn't materialized. Oh, it's a nighttime battle. That probably is not helpful. Okay, that one's down. Try not to hit each other, yeah? That'd be wonderful. Yep, that one next. Oh. Not all at once, boys. Wait your turn. Got plenty of ships and we'll... Oh, shit! We'll be here soon. The battlecruiser has spawned in, or at least has joined the fight. Interestingly, she has very few secondaries. 6 11-inch guns. 8 9-inch guns, as... I'm not sure if I could call those secondaries. 4 4-inch guns and 1 3-inch gun. I want the destroyer to charge that thing down and kill it. Even if it's going to come at the expense of my ship, I don't care. I need it gone. Okay, secondaries on the Eden, primes on the ferry. We've taken out almost all the transports. Probably to the dismay of the British. That's more their concern than mine. Identify this ship, please. I need to know what her turning circle is, and what her capability is to deal with floodings. Turn. 67%. The V6 is badly flooded. We're gonna have to drop our torps now. Now. Come on. Yes. Torps away. Has the ship spotted them? She has. Thunderer. Turning circle 483. That's pretty bad. Anti-torp 1. Many bulkheads. Oh crap. Well, we're going to deliver a serious blow to Thunderer. And we might actually kill her. Which would lead to the destruction of a $17.2 million warship. These torpedoes look great. We're going to hit at least 5, I think. 6, maybe. Now that is what I love to see. That was a fantastic torpedo attack. Thunderer is flooding. She's flooding badly in all compartments. And she gets a flash fire. Oof. She's dead. Extensive fire has killed the Thunderer. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm not even sure I killed all the transports. But this is a resounding victory. 2,555 victory points versus 11. And yes, it did come at some expense to the V6. But, geez, the ship is still cooking off. It did come at some expense to the V6, but she survived. And that gained her a nice amount of experience. So the Brits are down a battlecruiser and a whole bunch of transports. Regardless, their power projection maintains at 61,000. So they actually gained a ship. They laid down a new light cruiser, completed repair. Some of the heavy cruisers that I was able to damage have come back from the dead, or at least back from the shipyards. My ship, that was the V6, 2 months. During those 2 months, she's going to cost almost double what she would normally cost. Very expensive. Alright, moving on. I'm still at plus 1 million. I'm still working on increasing my shipyards. I think training my crew up would be better. I still want my battleships to actually encounter something. They're all on sea control, but they're not doing anything. Oh no, this again. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, yeah, no, didn't quite work out. Because that battleship is already at 7.5 kilometers. So that means that this ship is opening up. The König Wilhelm is not particularly survivable. She doesn't have the armor to deal with the battleship. She doesn't have the firepower to deal with the battleship. And her bulkheads are not up to flooding. So all I can do is turn tail as quickly as I can. And just basically GTFO before the battleship lands a couple of critical hits on me. Despite being about 6, almost 7 months, if not more, into this war, I'm still using cadets. Because I had to slice my crew level, or my crew training level, quite a bit. And I don't like doing that at all. Did you guys lose sight? That's interesting. Because I can keep hitting you after 14 kilometers if I can spot you. Yeah, there we go. I've lost sight of them, they've lost sight of me. Okay, run away. Run away, run away. I really do not want to have the König Wilhelm damaged. Because this is a 16.4 million ship. If she goes into repairs, it's going to be expensive. I need her to harass shipping. And I'm really hoping to force an encounter with some shipping, but so far I haven't really had the luck yet. After exchanging some light fire, the König Wilhelm disengaged successfully. It's a good thing too, because it's one of my 2 battlecruisers? 3 battlecruisers. Yet it seems that these boys are fantastically good at encountering battleships. It's not what I want to encounter at all. Okay, it's September now. The British are shuffling some ships around. 15 battleships? What? You're going to move from Barry to Sunderland? To there. 15? How do you even have the money for that many ships? Holy shit, that's incredible. Okay. I think it's time to close this episode off with another ship design. Because the ships that I have so far, they're not really doing the job. That's the problem. The battleships, for some reason, I haven't had any kind of an encounter with them, despite them being at sea. They are armed with some decent firepower. They got the 11-inch guns, I think? 12-inch guns. 12-inchers, 8-inchers, and 5-inchers. So the battleships are fine. It's the heavy cruisers that I'm concerned about. Because the heavy cruisers currently do not really seem to be carrying their weight around. There's also the semi-light, or the semi-armored cruiser 2, by the way, which is a light cruiser design, sort of. But I wouldn't really know what to use this thing for at the moment. Whereas the light cruiser, this design is just terrible. It is terrible. I couldn't make that work at all. Anyway, I'm going to make a tank of a heavy cruiser. One that's capable of going toe-to-toe with the British heavy cruisers and killing it with torpedoes. Because I need to get rid of some of their ships. I'm going to make it 26 knots. I'm going to give you induced boilers, some steam engines. Let's get you a couple of standard funnels. Engine efficiency, 55.8. Forced, better. I'm going to try and make these ships not too expensive. Anti-torp 1. Big torps. Fast torps, because everything else misses. Stereo rangefinder. Anti-flood 1. Citadel 1. Oil? That's another 600k. No thank you. Let's give these guys a big punch. Because the British, I think, are using 8s or 9s. I'm going to give them 10s. If I can. If I can fit that. Yeah, right. Six aft weight offset. Jesus. I guess we can compensate this by having a couple of forward-ish secondaries. I'm gonna go with heavy shells. Enhanced. I need maximum pen. There. Ballastite. 12.5 shell damage. There we go. Okay. What if I make him smaller? 10,000 tons. The ship doesn't like that one bit. Oh, now there's no room for more funnels. Okay. But it did fix the engine capacity, or the engine efficiency. Give me a couple mediums. 73, no more. A couple of bigs. 88. 88 I can live with. I still have 800 tons-ish. Coincidence rangefinder is better for this close range warfare. Speed, 26 knots. Bulkheads, maximum, yes. I'm going to give them quite a bit of range. 28 knots feasible? No. Let's go with 26 and let's make them a tank. So they're going to have 8 inches of fore belt, 8 inches of aft belt. There we go. Superstructure, 2 inches. Deck armor, I don't know. Not that important. Keep in mind, this is plus 92% efficiency. So that means that you're basically looking at almost 15 inches of armor. A little, yeah, a little around that. Secondaries. I need to be able to defeat some form of a destroyer or torpedo boat. There, that ought to be fine. Could I fit more armor or more speed? Better protection? Better anti-flood? There we go. After offset is still a problem. Sit. 0.8. Now we're getting somewhere. Done. Alright, this is the York class heavy cruiser, 10,000 tons. They did come out very expensive at 5.5 million. But with these 10-inch guns and a lot of armor, I'm hoping that they'll be more successful than our previous design. Let's save that. And then build a couple of Yorks. Let's build 3. Because that's already going to push me down. Right. Okay, guys. That is it for today. I don't really have the voice for much more than this. Hopefully, my voice will be better tomorrow. Which means that there will be an episode tomorrow. If not, I'm going to have to take a breather and take one day off. If not more than that. Hope you understand that. I need to be able to just do my job with a normal voice. Thank you for watching the episode. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you soon for more.